Hi, thanks for picking up an egg. You picked up seminar number 5, which is getting ready for school. And if you're not enrolled in school, it's okay. You just need to do it early in the morning, like you probably did when you were a kid getting ready for school. So I like to schedule this one at 5 a.m. because it's seminar 5, and I think the number is nice, but it works well when it's early in the morning. People are groggy, and it takes a little bit of effort to peel yourself up out of bed. But nothing crazy. Don't go like 3 a.m. or anything. Just, the early hours. And so you'll host this event. Sorry, also, my phone number is 757-201-4934 if you want to call me with any questions, but only listen to this once. Anyways, the activity basically is everybody meets up, and you'll serve pancakes and coffee and tea. These are relatively cheap at Aldi or a grocery store near you, or you can make them from scratch, or you can ask your neighbor, or a bevy of other things. Serve whatever you've got. Basically, a breakfast and a beverage is best to provide for folks. So you'll provide a spread of food, greet folks as they come up to meet you, however you plan to have them meet you, wherever they plan to meet you. I like to host this event outside, but you can host it indoors if you like. Probably better for the speaker noise quality. But after eating, you'll have crew sit down with one another, ideally on a large piece of fabric or a rug or just on a flat surface where everybody's on the same plane. And ideally, everybody will have their school bags with them. Recommend that everyone brings their items as if they were heading to school or work or whatever their standard obligation is for the day. And they'll take these bags and just empty them out. Empty every pocket in the bag, set the materials down carefully, take note of what you have. While this is happening, play that day's episode of Democracy Now! Or the day before if it's before 9 a.m., wherever you are. You can choose whatever news outlet you like. I don't want to police the political leanings of your group that you assemble there, but I prefer Democracy Now! As a show that lasts about an hour, that is legible and easy to understand, and touches on issues that a lot of folks that I personally interact with are interested in. So as you listen to sort of this news, go through the items that you sorted out of your backpack, place back in the essential items that you think are core to your routine and super useful to have on hand, set them exactly where you want them, get your bag organized, and then assemble all of your waste afterwards. And in this process, you can sort of swap with other people that are also cleaning out their bags. You can coagulate all of your waste together into one waste pile. And assuming that some of this is made up of paper slips and some of y'all have writing utensils, you can also begin to use these scraps as art-making materials. So the next step, after cleaning out your backpack, reorganizing, and you're still actively listening to the news, I recommend Democracy Now! Once again. I would say this is a moment to begin sort of the making of the art in response to what you're hearing about the news. And so a lot of this is likely to be language, people writing, journaling about what they're feeling, but it can also take the form of drawing pictures, making graphics, things to be posted elsewhere, writing letters to send to representatives if you feel that's relevant, essentially claiming the scrap material from the papers, from the whatever, the food scraps, the wrappers in the bottom of your bag, and using them as material to process your political thought in response to the news of that day. Make sure that the beverages are flowing, everybody's well fed, convivial, and that nobody's late to their first engagement in the morning. But this is essentially a hub for discussion, creation, and for quiet listening to the news with a group, which is very important. It's about support and overlap. I recommend letting people know about this event a bit in advance and making sure that you have a group that's agreed to come, because this is often an event where if some people are sort of tentative or saying, hey, maybe I'll come, they're not going to come, especially if it's 5 a.m. Just be intentional about inviting people. Make sure that you have a space that you feel comfortable meeting in the early morning and navigating to fairly easily for each participant. I would recommend this as a closed group activity just because it makes it a little bit easier logistically to get everybody into the same space. But again, if you are encountering passerby in the morning that are somehow miraculously not on their way to something at 5 a.m., please invite them to join you, see where discussion leads you, where art making takes shape. And that's the activity. Please only listen to this once.